Hey everybody, it's Zane Lucky Hampton, and this is another episode of the Film Business. Thank you so much for joining me again today. This is going to be a good one. I'm pretty excited about this one. This is one that I feel like everybody could use that is a current filmmaker or in the film business, especially the indie market. I'll explain as we go. But please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Please join the show. Please support us and help us, grow and get bigger and help out more filmmakers as we move on. So, without further ado, here we go. How to meet people in the industry 101 and what you should and shouldn't say to them. Okay, so this comes off the back of some different networking events that I was a part of, all right? So both recent and kind of in the past. The funny thing is, it has not seemed to change whatsoever, all right? When you go to a network event as a filmmaker, right? This is whether you're fresh out of school, this is whether you're first jumping into it, this is whether you've been in the industry for a long time. These are events that you are trying to connect and make progress. You're trying to make content, you're trying to find people that you can work with, that you can make different things with, all right? The biggest purpose, right, is to find connections with people that you can make things with, okay? First problem, all right? Whatever you are, do not find the exact same thing, okay? What that means is, if you're a director, do not go around making all these connections with other directors. It doesn't make any sense. What are you going to do? You're going to co-direct? You're going to co-direct with 6 directors? What are you doing? What are you making? How are you going to make content with them? I'm not saying don't engage with them and don't talk with them, but if that's all you're talking to and that's all the emails that you're getting is these other directors and that's what you are not building up a team. Yes, you guys aren't competing and you want each other to succeed, but you're trying to make a team. You're trying to make something where you can push on. So if you're a director, you should be seeking a writer. You should be seeking an editor. You should be seeking actors. You should be seeking all different kinds of people. Now, when you're a cinematographer, the biggest thing is, why are you running out and going and grabbing actors and actresses? They're not making the content. Most of them are not making the content. Most of them are looking for different jobs. They're not going to go onto some other filmmaker's set and say, hey, you know that cinematographer that you guys have? You should fire him and hire the guy I just met at this place. It's not going to work. It's disrespectful. It's not a smart move. You're going there for a business reason, right? So you should be thinking business. Going to these events, going to different places, meeting different filmmakers. You want to build as many connections as possible. You never know who might be able to do something for you. So yes, you might want to make friends with the director while you're a director, or the cinematographer while you're a cinematographer, because maybe that could someday or some way pay off in the end. But your biggest goal, especially when you're there, is to find people that you can work with, right? So as a producer, this is the biggest goal that you move into. As a producer, you are looking for somebody and people that can create good content that do the work for it. You want the cinematographers, you want the directors, you want the writers. That's who you're looking for. You're not looking necessarily for all these actors and actresses and models and things like that, as pretty as they may be or whatever is the situation. Your goal is trying to make content, produce something that will sell. That's why you're there. Now on the flip side, everybody I just mentioned, you should be going up there, especially the actors and the models and stuff, because you don't know what they're already producing or what kind of content you could get in with them. When you see a producer badge sitting on somebody's chest, the first thing is get up there and talk to them and find out if they produced anything. They're wearing a producer badge and they didn't produce nothing. Bad roll of the dice. Yeah, there's a lot of those people out there. But if they have produced things, you want to get your name in that hat, just because they are succeeding, they are making something happen. Those kind of people you should be approaching, right? When there is a director, unless it's some big director, whatever, that's making all kinds of stuff and you've heard their name before, you've heard of their content before, or you're watching their movie that plays up and it was a really, really good movie and you're like, dude, I want to be in your next movie, whatever it is. That's a different story. But even then, you're going to want to, like as a cinematographer, you're going to want to be building those connections as to what teams that you can work with and what people are making things happen. So you want to go in with a director and then find a writer, right? As a writer, you want to go find a director, you want to find a producer, right? As a director, you want to find a cinematographer, you want to find a sound guy, and you want to find a writer, right? These are the different things that are going on. Intermixed with that, understand the industry. Go into it having some knowledge. The problem is most people that get into this industry, and the reason why it's so closed off is because they hear this much information and they run with it. Most people, there have been so many times where I've gone to one of these events and I talk to a writer, right? I'm a producer. So I sit down with a writer, I say, what content do you have? What have you done? What's going on? I can't tell you how many times they don't know what the WGA is, which is the Writers Guild of America. They don't know how to get a WGA number. And they don't know the basics of protecting their work, which means I have zero interest working with them. I'm sorry, you don't understand. You haven't done any of the basic research to understand how to protect your work in the just as the minimum. You don't know any of that. They understand a copyright, but they don't know how to get it. And they never looked up, how do I get a copyright? I mean, just simple things as you move forward. Then another thing is you have an actor or an actress, right? And this actor or actress has a business card. And you go, okay, you get this business card and you find out they've done no work. So it's just like a headshot, but they have no previous experience in it and they're just kind of walking around trying to get something going on. This is another element where you don't know exactly what you're doing, and now you're walking yourself into somebody that they're trying to make something, they're trying to make content, they're trying to move forward and create a project, and you have just kind of thrown your name in a hat with nothing to it. Now, what is the way that you can possibly get them interested in it? Well, instead of handing them a business card or handing them this thing and just being like, I'm an actress, and then they find out later that you haven't done this, be very honest about it and say, I'm an actress, I haven't done any of this work, but this is my goal, this is what I'm looking forward to, this is my headshot, boom. So if you remember me, please let me know. If you have anything going on, I'd love to audition. That's a very different way of pursuing somebody, right? Another thing is, when you are a writer and you are talking to somebody or a producer or a director about a script and a screenplay, the biggest thing is if they are legitimate and if they are moving forward with a project, and this is not like a school project, even though on school projects, you kind of want to be careful as well, but maybe not so much. With it being on the professional level, you do not just send your script out to everyone, to everywhere, because this is where a lot of the people don't understand. When you are cold emailing or just sending your script to these big companies or these big places, none of them legally will look at it because they don't have a signed release that says that takes them away from liability, and you as well, from the projects, that they can read it, review it, and then see if they want it. When you come up to somebody, you need to pitch the story. You pitch it with a simple log line. This is something we've gone over before. And you let them know what the story is. And if they're intrigued, then they will reach out to you and say, okay, and we'll make an agreement. But they will ask for your script. Don't just offer your script right off the bat. You should be protecting yourself. They're protecting themselves. If anybody is just like, oh, I'll take your script. 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 Usually is a bad sign, and you can get your stuff stolen that way, especially if you don't know what a WGA is. So do your research and understand how the industry works, as well as when you're going to these events, really have an understanding of what you're looking for, and then go and search for that. There are all different types of reasons that you could be trying to promote a film and trying to sell a movie. So if you're trying to sell a movie, you need to be going to other producers, you need to find a distributor or an agent or somebody who's got some knowledge or some in with something that it will further you and possibly get you closer to a sale. It's all about who you know in this business. So when you talk to somebody who you then admire, right? So this is another section, okay? This is the last section. When you talk to somebody that you are admiring or somebody that you want to kind of impress or that you want to get working with or whatever that is, offer them coffee outside of it, right? Say, hey, I would love to pick your brain. I'd love to talk to you later on. Let's go out for some coffee and, see what happens. And that situation, I'll tell you the truth. Anybody who has met me at one of these events and then said, hey, you know a lot of stuff that I really, really want to learn. Would you be, willing to meet up for coffee sometime? I'll buy you coffee or buy you a drink. I'll do whatever, and we'll just sit down and talk. I'd love to pick your brain. Every single time it has turned into an awesome friendship, and both of our careers have benefited from that, okay? So I've also done it myself, where I've met somebody and they have really good knowledge in a certain aspect, and I go, hey, can I buy you coffee? Can I go talk to you? Don't be afraid to offer that kind of thing. It also sets you up differently from the next person. Right? Now this goes right back to that card with the actor, right? You're an actor, you're an actress or whatever, and you got this business card, you've done nothing. Maybe you reach out to them and you say, at the event, you say, oh my gosh, you know so much, or you've done some really good work, I really enjoy what you're doing. Or you maybe DM them later and let them know the same thing, and you say, would you be down to have some coffee with me and talk? That is where you can separate yourself from the crowd, and they will find interest in you, and hopefully that is where they will decide, yeah, you know what, let's use you. I got another project going on. I have something moving. The whole point of this conversation is, when you're talking to an industry professional, you want to move forward. So have your eye on where you're going to move forward with them. Understand what they are, understand what they can do for you. Don't fall into the pit of, well, I'm just more comfortable talking to these other people, and I don't know exactly what to say. Go up and talk to this person and be honest and say, I'm not really, I haven't acted in many things or acted in a theater class, and I really just want to make this thing moving. How would I get that done? How would I move forward with that? When it's one of these events that are at this level, it can really, really help you out. At this level, I mean the indie level. There's so many people that are willing to help you, willing to talk to you, willing to move forward. And then another thing is to follow up respectfully, and follow up within a couple weeks. Give these people time. The industry, the film industry moves slowly. It's just how it is. It's got slow blood. So you give these people the benefit of the doubt, and you let them move at their pace. And eventually, as you follow up with them, you just say, hey, I'm just reaching out, wanting to see if you were available to have some coffee, or hey, did you get a chance to read that script that I sent you? Once you've made that connection and they've asked for that script, and now you've given it to them. You don't want to seem like you are desperate. Don't ever seem like you're desperate. Seem like you are something that they might miss out on, right? Be intriguing, be passionate, don't be excited to make something, and be determined to make something. That is what will get the ball rolling. When people are attracted to you because they feel like you are moving forward, they're going to open doors for you. They're going to make things happen. And next thing you know, you'll start watching your videos and your content, and your products start to get better. They start to improve, even though you're doing kind of the same thing. But the light changes, everything changes. The people around you, they start to change, and they start to come closer and really help you out in ways that you didn't expect. And you will meet people that positivity will attract. So when you go to these things, have all of these in mind. Be aware and be prepared to make something happen. That's what you need. So, thank you. I hope that helped out. This is one that it might be a little controversial. People get upset about this kind of thing, and I can't tell you how many times I've gone to these events and I sit down and I talk to somebody and they don't know the basics of filmmaking. So I say, hey, if you ever want, you can buy me some coffee. We'll sit down, we'll talk about the basics of it, because that's about all I know. I know the basics, I know what it is. So please go out and seek this information. Really research into the film industry before you get into it. If you are going to an event for filmmakers, understand how film works. Just the business side of it. Even look it up in Google, How does the film business work? Watch some videos on it. Ask some people. There are so many different avenues now where it's like, don't take this much information and then run with it, where you're like, I know I need to write a script, so I just wrote a script. What do you mean? And then they go on to it and they say, this is written with, Word doc, and it's fucking completely out of format. It doesn't make sense. This is all over the place. And you go, I just went to this fucking party and you were talking all this game and you don't even know what you're doing. Understand what you're doing, understand what your role is, and look for the people that can help you. The only way you can look for the people that can help you is if you know what kind of people can help you. That's the way to do it. So, please, again, follow, like, subscribe. Follow us at dangerdogproductions.com. Follow us at Danger Dog Productions YouTube. Follow us at Danger Dog Productions Facebook. You'll see all of our content, the different things that we're doing, and you'll be able to support us, and you'll be able to see the proof is in the pudding. The people that I have met we've worked together, you will watch them continue to prosper as well as me, and we do it together, and we're able to make content and make things happen. If you have any questions, any concerns, any feedback, there's a whole comment section for this thing. And then if you ever want to do something, or you have any questions, you can contact me personally, and I will answer your questions. And who knows, maybe you have something that we can use, and you'll be a part of this family, and you'll be making things too. So, thank you again. Please support us. You can also go to dangerdogproductions.com, and you can get some merchandise and, help out a little bit. Give a little bit of money to your, Danger Dog. Put some treats in his bowl. All right, everybody. I hope that helped out. Thanks.